And at my best, me and my team been working real hard. We're going to put a show on May 31st, and then, we'll go from there.
I know you're climbing to get back to the top of the division. What'd you think of Canelo over the weekend? Did that look like the same type of Canelo you fought a few years ago? And what'd you think of that?
No, I don't think it's the same Canelo. Not quite, but also I kind of figured it was going to be like that, honestly. I heard Canelo say in the interview, like, I don't really like fighting guys who move around that much like that. And William Skull being a Cuban fighter, like, I knew he was going to do that. And so was curious to see, how Canelo would handle that. And, he kept the ring off well, but that guy I felt like he didn't really want no part. And it makes for not as appetizing fight, but still got that fight in September with him and Crawford, so we'll see.
With him getting older, does that only, feel like you increase your chance that you could beat him in a rematch, Canelo?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
What about Crawford?
As soon as we fought, the next day I'm like, man, if we fight again, I'm gonna beat him. That's just that's how I feel. I feel like, okay, a few minor adjustments, get the job done.
What about Crawford? Do you think his chances got better, at least the way how you were seeing things heading into his last fight with him and Skull?
I think it's a stylistic matchup, and William Skull don't fight nothing like Terrence Crawford. So we're not going to see the same type of fight come September. I think we're going to see a great fight, real good fight.
You and Terrence have always had like a good relationship, but if he makes Canelo come off the titles, is he on your radar then in the division?
Yeah, all the top super middleweights are on my radar. I want to face the best, and a lot of fighters say that, but I don't feel like a lot of them have shown and proved that. I feel like I've shown and proved that, so I want to face the best. You had something to say earlier.
Yeah, well, what are your predictions on that fight? Crawford and Canelo.
Man, I don't know. You may think about it for a second and say, oh, well, there's weight classes for a reason, right? But Crawford's a special guy, you know what I'm saying? And so I think it's going to be a great fight, and I'm just a fan on that one. Just want to see a good fight, and I think it will be.
Caleb, you and Charlo were talking while Ray was doing his spiel on the stage. What are you guys talking about?
I'll leave that between us. Yeah, respect.
You know Canelo as an opponent. I'm interested to know, you said you think he's slowing down a little bit. What did you see that makes you feel that way?
It's not anything that I saw particularly in that fight, but just where he's at in his career. I feel like he was almost at his peak, when we fought. And maybe it's been a stylistic matchup with some of his opponents, or maybe he's starting to get a little older. I can't say for sure. We can all sit here and speculate all we want, but I think we'll get a good read on that come September. Against a fighter who's not going to just be moving around the whole time like William Skull, will make Canelo fight, and I feel like it's going to be a good back and forth.
What is that going to mean for your legacy when they look back and say that's Canelo's last real big win? That's obviously his last big knockout too, only knockout. But what if they go back to his legacy after Plant? He was never the same.
I don't know. I'm not really trying to get patted on the back for losing. You know what I'm saying? So I came short as a real disappointing moment for me. But I used that as fuel and fire and motivation. Went back to the gym, and like I said before, I feel like some fighters lose and it like shatters their confidence. Whereas me, it's like, well, man, now I'm one step closer to where I want. And so come back, knockout of the year, and falling short doesn't deter my confidence. It doesn't make me who I am. If anything, it does make me who I am. My losses make me stronger. So it's about how you look at it. So, but.
What did you whisper in his ear?
Who?
During face-off, Armando?
Oh, I'll leave that between us two. Yeah.
Do you feel like
it's a secret.
Do you feel like you unlocked something new to your style in the McCumbee fight?